Everybody is Steph from the High Moving Podcast. So, this got slipped up on live TV today because there was a report that came out of Stephen A Smith is nearing a $120 million contract. So Mad Dog made a joke on First Take, opening up the newspaper, and Stephen A was like, "Oh no, it's not true. It's not true." And look, man, when these stuff come out, man, it's usually on the money. And the figures are on par in what Stephen A was looking for. Okay, he's looking to get that $20 million a year contract. All right, and look, man, Stephen A, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. All right. So look, it's apparently it's nearing the 6-year deal, but he went out and denied it immediately. He's like, "Here's my quote. I wasn't born that night. Wasn't born last night. I don't talk about my contract negotiations. Never have. Never will." Smith told The Athletic, saying it was false that the deal was close. I mean, how much more is he trying to angle for? I mean, that's happening. I'd be at this point, I'd be shocked if the deal falls through. But I mean, he's earned it, right? I mean, Stephen A. Smith, whether you like him or hate him, the brother has earned this kind of money. Okay, very polarizing. Can be very controversial. He's loud, bombastic, cocky in a good way at times, funny. He's a walking content machine, not only for ESPN, but for his own platform and for many others like me and, others out in the YouTube space and that does commentary and stuff like that on the things he says as it relates is about him or the athletes. I mean, Stephen A drives traffic. I'm making this vid now, right? And whatever views this vid get is because it's Stephen A, right? That's how polarizing it is, right? It's not even sports related. We just talking about a guy who talks about sports. Getting paid $120 million is insane, and you got to give him credit, right? I've always said this when I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith. I'll be fair. I try to be fair with Stephen A. Smith. When he has a good point and I feel he's right or I feel like he's done wrong, I will say something. You know what I'm saying? And if I feel that he has done something stupid or done something else wrong, he's going to get critiqued as well. So I always try to be down the line with Stephen A. Smith all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get on there and just to bash Stephen A. Smith because people are jealous or, people feel he shouldn't be in the position where he's at and all that type of stuff. I mean, that's just low-hanging fruit, small-minded type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's fun to make fun of him at times in a goofy way. Sometimes I make fun of him when it's actually warranted because he's done something stupid or says something out there. And there are times where, he says something pretty prophetic. He does something really good. Or people are trying to come in for no reason at all, and he unprovoked. Then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like nah, that ain't right. But that's the whole Stephen A. Smith package and what he's done at ESPN. Since being fired in 2009 and come back in 2011 and carrying First Take to where it is. He likes to brag about being executive producer. I mean, we understand that ESPN will continue on without Stephen A. Smith. We understand that. However, Stephen A. Smith draws in a lot of money. All right, has a lot of connections, very well plugged in. We probably don't see how everything goes behind the scenes and how involved he truly is, and how he was bring the multiple guests and stuff like that, and however he got Shannon Sharp, whether that was already going to happen or just him adding and throwing in his extra 2 cents and whatever cachet he has to make sure that Shannon Sharp gets landed on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that. It's pulled like that. All that being said, pays to be a company man, pays to kiss and lick boots, and everything. There is that aspect of it. He says he always wakes up on he has 2 things on his mind is, how can he make his bosses more money and how can he get some of that? You got to have a company man mentality. Okay, and listen, I'm not saying this to knock Stephen A. Smith. I know, I'm not saying that, all right? But I mean, there's more than a way to get to a bag, and he chose that bag. Listen, if you want to be a company guy, if you want to appease the bosses and everything like that, and fall in line and allow them to crack their whip to buck you and get in shape and everything like that to be who they need you to be in order to maintain your position at our company or whatever, and then you can now follow the pipeline to get into the bag. There's one avenue, okay, and it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but that was Stephen A's route. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock the brother. At the end of the day, the common goal is to get to the bag, and he's done that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I mean, look, I don't want to hear, oh, he sold himself. I mean, everybody got to do a little to get to this kind of money. Ain't nobody squeaky clean. All right. Ain't nobody taking the golden path, the more righteous path than the other or anything like that. Right. Okay. So, at the end of the day, he did what he had to do, growing up in New York, not growing up rich and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he did the work, becoming a beat writer and all this other stuff and working for the Philadelphia Inquirer. And all. I mean, he's definitely put his time in the game to finally be in a position to get this kind of money, so kudos to Stephen A Smith. Congratulations. This is the result of and look too, like, and a lot of stuff was coming out, man. A lot of, he was fighting with Pat McAfee, and there's a lot of disgruntlement behind the scenes with First Take and all this other stuff. I mean, look, when you in this business, it doesn't matter black, white, Asian, whatever your demographic, Latino, don't matter. When you are on a figure like him and this kind of money, ain't nobody squeaky clean, man. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody gonna be the best to work with, right? He wouldn't be in this position if he didn't have a certain edge to him. A lot of these successful people have a lot of certain edge to them that can rub people the wrong way. That's just life in general, right? He's very small, very, very small percentage of people who make this kind of money in the position he's in that is always, lovey-dovey and fun to be around with all the time. You know what I'm saying? These guys are ruthless businessmen. They're shrewd. They operate on a different lane than most of us could ever imagine on, right? So, and he's navigated and done that and kept everything cool despite a lot of the controversies trying to come out at him and stuff like that. I was like, look, I've talked, even the whole Pat McAfee stuff, I said he needs to lay low, just focus on the bag. Focus on the bag and not let any of this stuff side swipe you. And it was coming. It was coming. Before the support came out, I mean, the little things was out there trying to come at him. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of like shut it down, didn't add fuel to, didn't do anything, right? And then now the good reports of stuff like this is coming out. Even though he shut it down, this puts Stephen in a good light that, ESPN is vying with him. You know what I'm saying? Usually when the New York Post puts stuff like when Shannon Sharp was getting let go of Fox, that was it. It came true. When this contract is, I'm gonna go ahead and say book it. This contract is legitimate, man. So kudos to Stephen A Smith. Let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.